just resonated in my soul. There have been so many times that I felt as if I was going to lose my mind. But in retrospect, it was at those exact moments that I figured out who I was and that I developed my own personal constitution. Let me warn you, I'm a storyteller, and my stories usually have points, so I try to pull it up. I have always been a daddy's girl. My daddy is my dude, that's my guy. To the point where my mother would tease and say, if you want Lane to do something, have Carla ask him, he'll do it. So one Saturday morning, my husband just walked in. To the point where, one Saturday morning, I decided that I wanted a horse. Now, I am from Dallas, and I'm from a part of South Dallas called South Oak Cliff, which is very much like Sunnyside here in Houston. Right. I decided I wanted a horse. You know, the kind of horses that were on the Budweiser commercials. I wanted one of those. And I was going to keep it in the backyard that I got all the time. So I looked my daddy in the eye and I said, Daddy, I want a horse. And he looked right at me and said, baby girl, if you can find a horse, I will buy it for you. So it was the 70s, there was no internet. I pulled out the yellow pages, started flipping it down. Ultimately, I couldn't find anybody that would sell a 6-year-old a horse over the phone. But my point is, my daddy never told me. Fast forward a couple of years, I'm a sophomore at the University of Houston. I am doing my thing, the Rockets are winning, I'm on campus, it's on. Called my daddy one day and said, put a couple of dollars in my account, you can get my hair and nails done. And this is what he said to me. He said, you only call home when you want something. Figure it out yourself. Click. So I called back, and I cried, and I called back and I cried again. And then I decided, okay, watch this one. I'm gonna go find me a job. So I started looking for a job. I saw in the Houston Chronicle, was looking for an accounting clerk, called in an appointment, drove all the way from 3rd Ward, U of H campus to Greenspoint. The company that was hiring for the Houston Chronicle was Kelly Services. Now to me, I was like, this gotta be a scam. Because how can one company hire you to go to work at another company? They play tricks. Now does anybody see the irony of that? That when I first went to a staffing company, I didn't even know they existed. I did what we call a no call, no show. I accepted the assignment and did not show up. I kept looking for a job and I went on an interview for a small staffing company that was looking for someone to process payroll internally. Went to the interview and the guy asked me, where do you see yourself in 15 years? And I'm somewhat of a smart aleck, still. So then I said, I'm gonna own your company. And you know what happened? 15 years later, after learning everything there was to learn about staffing, about operations, about accounting, about finance, I bought that company. My point in that story is that there is power in the beat. Have you ever seen somebody get punched and they get shook and they kind of have to squat to keep their footing? It's as if the world has shifted under their very feet, and so they crouch in submission to the force. They bend to the force.
All right now.
Well, I'm telling you that there is power in that being. Sometimes stuff happens and it knocks you off your feet. It may not be to your knees. Sometimes things happen and your entire world shifts. You may even refer to your life as before and after this thing happened. Well, let me tell you, out of my devastation and my daddy saying no, God pushed me out of my pampered girl world. Out of my devastation, God showed me a business that satisfies my desire to pour into other people. Out of my devastation, God showed me how I can connect people with opportunities and businesses they never knew existed, and their dreams will come true. There's power in that being.
Yeah.
So let's fast forward. I'm 26 years old. I'm married to what would become my first husband.
All right.
I have given birth to the love of my life, my reason for breathing, my dear Alexis. But I'm going through a divorce. I live in Houston. I'm from Dallas. I have no family. I've separated myself from my college friends and my sorority sisters. I'm alone. My pride won't even let me tell nobody what's going on. I'm hurt. An associate invited me to go to Lakewood for church one Saturday, and I go. As soon as I sit down, I feel God in that place. I feel his peace. And this woman that I've never ever met walks up to me, sits down next to me, and says, I don't need to know what's wrong. I just want to hold you and pray for you. I want to pray that God heals your broken heart. And that's just what she did. That's just what she did. See, out of that devastation, I found compassion. I want to be that woman who walks up to another broken woman and says, I don't need to know your business. I just want to be there for you. I want to be that woman. I don't even remember what that woman looked like, but I will never forget her compassion. And her compassion, my compassion that I found that day, has become the basis for my business. And I believe that's why God has blessed it beyond what I ever even thought to ask. See, out of that bend, I found the root of me. There's power in that bend.
Yeah.
So, let's fast forward a bit because I'm running out of time. We're going to fast forward to 2007. Things are awesome. I married this fine dude. My baby is thriving. I got bonus babies that love me, and I love them. It is good. I have started my own business. In fact, I bought a business. All right. I'm doing it.
Doing it.
You cannot walk into 2211 Norfolk and not see my side. It's on. I bought some big old, I know y'all AKs, but I bought big Delta red chairs. I got a flat screen in 2007 on my wall. I'm doing it.
All right.
I'm feeling good about my stuff. But on the morning of September 13th, 2008, the eye of the Hurricane Ike approached the upper Texas coast, making landfall at 2:10 a.m. When I returned to my office, I had to sign a waiver to go into the building saying I would not sue the building owner if it fell on my head. I and two of my employees drug out what we could salvage and we headed back to my house to figure it out. I called my parents and I said, Mommy and Daddy, my dream has been destroyed. You know what they said to me? They said, look behind you. You see them two ladies that's following you to your house? That's their business.
All right.
It has never been accepted. You don't go to your house and you figure it out. And that's what we did. Woo! Rhonda's still with me. Rhonda set up a card table in my home office. Yasmin, who no longer works for me, but is still one of my dear friends, made sure I ate. She placed people. We paid people. We did whatever we needed to do from my house from September all the way to right before Thanksgiving. We made it happen.
Yes.
And that month was the first month that my business did $1 million worth of business. They gave me of themselves. They trusted that I was going to do the right thing. I couldn't let them down. So out of that bend, that great bend of 2008, I found my leadership. Yes. See, for me, leadership is knowing that I got to build up the people that support me. But I also got to make sure I put people around me that make me my best.
That's right.
Of that year, my staff, the remaining staff, because I did get rid of the people that did not show up except for when it was time to get a check. Leadership. Leadership says having the right people in the right place. In December of that year, my team that was left presented me with 2 paintings. One of a lady submitting and bowing in prayer. The other dancing in praise. And they presented a writing to me that has become my own personal mantra. I repeat it when I need to know that it's going to be okay. See, when I think about bowing or submitting, I think about Jeremiah 29:11. For I know what plans I have for you. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. With a promise like that, why do you worry? Yeah. You already know how it is. Yes. He has plans for you. Yes. Plans to give you hope and a future. Yes. So just submit to the bend. Yes. That's good. I like that. The palm tree is found in high places. They are amazing trees. You can cut them down, but you can't kill them. Most trees, because their nutrients are found just below the bark, if you cut them down, they die. Not so with the palm. Its nutrients are found much, much deeper. Its nutrients are found in its heart. Because its nutrients come from a deep place, it thrives, even when under attack. The palm tree bends, but it won't break. Storms and hurricanes can snap most trees under the pressure of winds, but not the palm. It will bend all the way to the ground, even for long periods of time. Yet when the storm is over, it will stand back up again, stronger than before. The palm actually grows stronger every time it must bend under the pressure of a storm. The palm tree's depth exceeds its height, while the roots of other trees go a few feet under. The roots of a palm go deep in search of water. Like the palm, whatever attacks us at the surface can't harm us. It cannot break us if we don't allow it to. We can merely bend with the winds, knowing that our source of nutrients come from deep within our hearts, and that there is power in the bend. Our destiny literally unfolds as we experience our ability to endure what we thought we could not. Or perhaps we have had to endure something for a much longer period of time than we thought we could. That is how a palm tree flourishes. Storms come that last for days and days, and perhaps months and months, and maybe even years and years. Yet the palm bends with that storm. And when she stands upright again, she has literally been strengthened by the storm. Psalms 1:3 says, those who trust in God shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water. Ladies, when we trust in God and submit to the bend, we become strong like that tree, planted by the rivers of water. We shall bring forth fruit in our season. Our leaves will not wither, and whatever we do shall prosper. We even become stronger with every